Hello and welcome back to the Planning Pulse. With you as always, my name is Matt Harvison, the Principal Practice Lead for all things Workday Adaptive Planning at Okorio. Today I've got a couple of special guests, first-time visitors of the Planning Pulse. I've got Justin Williams and Gregg Long. Justin, Gregg, how are we doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having us,
Great, Matt.
Yeah. I'm fired up for today's episode. We're going to be talking about a very special edition of the Planning Pulse podcast. But before we do that, maybe Justin and Gregg, can we just do some high-level introductions? Who are you guys?
Absolutely. I'll kick us off. So thanks again, Matt. Justin Williams, Okorio's Chief Revenue Officer, based here in Denver, Colorado. I've been with Okorio for roughly 4 months, but have been working with Active Cyber Okorio for many years. I spent the last 10 years at Workday, most recently as our Vice President of Sales for a couple of Workday's different businesses, and I'm very fortunate to be with the team now and looking forward to our conversation today.
Thanks, Justin.
Awesome.
I'm Gregg Long. I'm a Solutions Director here at Okorio. I've been in the Workday ecosystem for over 12 years. Just recently joined Okorio from Workday directly. And prior to that, I was a customer. So I very much have that perspective. So looking forward to our discussion today.
Awesome. Thanks, Gregg. Thanks, Justin. It's great to have you guys. Like I said, I'm fired up for today's episode. It's going to be a little bit of a deviation away from what we're used to talking about on the Planning Pulse, which is all things Workday Adaptive Planning, because we have a very special program that Okorio has just launched called Dr. Workday. And that may be a new phrase or new topic for a lot of our listeners here today. So maybe Justin will just kick it off. What is Dr. Workday?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to talk about it. And I think one of the reasons why I think it's so special, especially on the Planning Pulse podcast, is because there's so many of our customers and so many in the ecosystem that are familiar with Active Cyber and Okorio as an adaptive planning professional services partner for Workday. And I think what's less known is, I would say, equally as strong for Okorio is the human capital management, the financial side of the business. And so I'm really excited to share really what Dr. Workday is. And so if we think about it, Dr. Workday is Okorio's structured, expert-led program that is designed to help Workday customers assess, optimize, and future-proof their Workday environments. So I would think of it in a 4-stage wellness program for all things Workday tenant. So this covers everything from acute diagnosis to long-term performance strategy. You're going to hear a lot of puns as it relates to the doctor part of Dr. Workday. But in reality, it brings deep diagnostic tools and hands-on consulting together under one clear, actionable framework. And it's so important because as many customers select Workday, it's a piece of technology that does require continuous analysis, continuous diagnosis. Yet what we found is that there's a number of customers that do need this support from people that do it day in and day out. And it's something that we're really excited about, and the results so far that we've seen have been fantastic.
Yeah, and I think one of the things you just mentioned, customers needing support day in, day out, it seems like that almost is going to answer my next question. But, why did we at Okorio come up with this Dr. Workday package? Is it truly just that day-to-day customer experience, or is maybe a little bit more to it than that?
So I think there's a little bit more. I like the question. So we created Dr. Workday because too many organizations implement Workday and then things change. And so businesses change throughout time, and it's a requirement that businesses are agile. And Workday is the most agile technology out there. And so what we've seen is that whether it's people within an organization changing, whether it's the business itself that's changing, the technology that is supporting the business needs to be able to change with it. And many companies do this all on their own, and many companies look for additional support. And so sometimes we've seen customers not get the full value or agility they need as their business evolves. So there's no clear playbook for ongoing optimization post-go live with Workday. Dr. Workday does fill that gap. It's a repeatable, scalable approach that's rooted in our years of Workday-specific experience, and it's designed to help clients maximize ROI and the long-term performance.
Yeah, and I think maximizing ROI, just like you mentioned, is one of those key benefits that our customers can expect to receive from Dr. Workday. But I think, Gregg, maybe I'll turn it over to you. As you said, as the solutions director, I want to dig a little bit deeper into go beyond maximizing ROI. What are some benefits that our customers can expect to receive from the Dr. Workday program?
Thanks, Matt. There's a number of tremendous benefits that our customers receive as a part of walking through the Dr. Workday program. One of the big pieces is really the visibility. We help uncover whether it's current pain points that a customer is dealing with, or whether we're actually working in their tenant, reviewing their current configuration, and identifying areas of opportunity. So through that process, we can really help them understand where they are with their current deployment. And as Justin mentioned, oftentimes those original design decisions are not necessarily holding up over time, whether you have acquiring other companies or just the sheer growth of an organization or even just changing business needs. So that visibility is key so that we know what we're working on. And then we put an action plan together to help them optimize or go beyond just identifying those areas and really helping them implement those enhancements long term so that they're taking full advantage of the Workday platform and all of the functionality and goodness that Workday has to offer. And then the final piece is helping them understand their long-term strategy, right? So now we've fixed some of the challenges that they may be seeing, and now we really want to understand what's this long-term roadmap look like. How do we align that with their current business objectives and initiatives? Maybe they've changed. So let's make sure that we don't revisit where we are today, and that moving forward, we prepare them for success down the road so that they can manage their Workday deployment autonomously.
Yeah, and I think some of the things that you just mentioned there are relevant across all Workday products, right? When you think of road mapping, it's starting about where you are today and talking about where you want to be in 12 months, 24 months, 36 months. It's common across all Workday products. But I want to ask you, what we've targeted so far is really the customer experience with Okorio. But do you see a program like Dr. Workday really starting to shake up the Workday ecosystem holistically?
Yes, absolutely. I think that oftentimes in post-deployment support, it's very reactive in nature, and you're often not really solving the real challenges that lie ahead. So through this program, obviously, we identify some of the acute needs for each organization, but then we really shift that to making sure that the customer is prepared to leverage a lot of the functionality and the roadmap items, and so we help them really plan for their growth within the Workday deployment.
Gotcha. No, that's fantastic. And then, maybe as we start to wrap up, this week's episode of the Planning Pulse, just want to ask, when we're thinking about our program holistically here, what can our customers or those who are considering adopting Dr. Workday, what can they expect to receive from the program? What can they expect to get from it?
Absolutely. So as we kind of mentioned or touched on, they'll have a full diagnostic review of the health and hygiene of their current tenant. So that can include a review of security, review of their business processes, making sure they're fit for purpose moving forward. Reporting is a big area, financial framework, a number of different areas that we touch on to really make sure that they're leveraging or optimizing their functionality. We also then will tailor customized recommendations on what to adjust and really lay that out in an action plan for them so that we can then start to look at how we tackle those improvements and those enhancements over time. And all of our consultants and our teams are very hands-on and interactive with our customers. Oftentimes, there's many different ways to resolve or enhance something within Workday. So we're very interactive in making sure that we're helping our customers select the best way to address any of the changes. And then we provide some visibility into maybe missed opportunities that they want to take advantage and make sure that shows up on their roadmap. And then we're here to support them as they move forward on an ongoing basis to make sure that they constantly are calibrating that roadmap against what they've deployed, making sure that they always have that future ahead of them. Things like AI, things like new functionality, new areas that they can leverage and adopt ongoing.
No, I love that, and a lot of what you said, it makes me think to the typical Workday customer experience through, a post-production or type of support contract. Just like you mentioned, very reactive, ticket-based. We're going to just solve
Absolutely.
where the problem is at the time. But I know Justin mentioned that there's going to be some doctor puns. This is a much more prescriptive approach to ongoing support, right? Just like you mentioned, there's a roadmap. We want to help you get optimize and enhance, very hands-on approach to doing that. So really appreciate all the time today, Gregg, Justin. Any lasting thoughts or any comments that we want to leave our listeners with?
Yeah, I would just say Workday is an incredible tool with unbelievable technology. And, I think many folks know just how much Workday continues to invest in R&D. And as Workday continues to evolve the technology for its customers, the focus on customer satisfaction has never been greater. And so oftentimes when I speak with customers and they're talking about their current experience, the vast majority are having an overwhelmingly positive experience with some opportunities for optimization. And so what we would say at Okorio is there's never a better time to call the doctor. We're happy to come in and take a look. And if there's any way that we can help and support your Workday experience, we would love the opportunity to do so. And Dr. Workday has now been a proven solution to help a proven technology and some very happy customers on their Workday journey.
Absolutely. So if you want to call the doctor, drworkday@okorio.com, send us a note. Let us know that you're interested in exploring a little bit more about how this could work for you all. So thank you all for tuning in to our a little bit of a special episode about Dr. Workday. We're going to be returning to all things Workday Adaptive Planning next week. You can plan on it.